Today we're going to show you how to create a HTML asset in Trainz. Now the benefits of making a HTML asset means you can put all your text in the one asset and reuse it over and over again in multiple sessions. And if you wanted to change something, a sentence or a correction, you just do it in the HTML asset and you don't have to open all your sessions that you've used it in to edit each one of those sessions to make sure it's right. That's just one example of how to use a HTML asset. Other examples you can put in there are images, and you can put sounds and all sorts of stuff as well. So it's a handy little container that you can make for Trainz, and today we will show you how to make one. So I've got a few here, and I'm just going to copy and paste this one, and we will rename it CRM, because we're making it for the Canadian Rocky Mountain session. And we do need to make sure that we've got a keyword that we're happy to use. Oh, it's gone away, hang on. There we go. We'll just put this on the other window. Right. The keyword that we are going to use is, if I can find it, there we go. Make sure you have a list of keywords. You always keep track of those. You don't want to overwrite the wrong keyword. And the new keyword today is that one there. Open our config file up. Change the keyword. Oh. There we go. So that's the new keyword we're going to use. We know it's unique because I've got a list of keywords that I use for HTML assets, as should you. The kind is always HTML asset. The username, you can name this whatever you want. It's basically what's going to show up in Trainz content and what it's called. HTML CRM is what I'm going to call this. It's 3.8. That's good enough. That's good. That's one of the later versions of Trainz. It has a thumbnail image. That's not bad. Width and height's fine. Then it has the category class. I always forget these category classes. Let's have a look. Trainz category class. Oh, sorry. Let me bring it over here. And the current one that's in there is a YH. So let's have a look at maps and scenarios. So scenarios or sessions. YH. HTML asset. Right. So that's correct. We've got a category class correct. The era doesn't quite matter right now, but let's say that's probably current. And the region is 00. I'm not really sure what 00 is. Let's find out. The category has the following 55 categories out of 55. Look, since this isn't a region tutorial, you're welcome to follow that up. I'm going to leave it with what it says in the config. So that's pretty much what makes up our HTML asset, besides the strings we're going to put in that we can edit at any time. And this is where it comes in handy, that if we had an error or we wanted to change a line and we had it across multiple sessions, we just have to change it in this config.txt instead of going and editing every single one of the sessions we've used it in. Very handy. Also helps us with translations and those sorts of things, so that we only have to translate one line as opposed to going in every single session and getting multiple lines of the same line and having to compare them and all the rest of it. So this is a good methodology to stick to. Right. There's our little icon. We're going to just use that, but you can make your HTML asset have whatever icon you like. Right, we don't need all this because that's for a different session. The first line of text, I do have a doc here that I've got open, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines or message pop-ups that I want to use. So I can go HTML, or you can call this whatever you want. I just go HTML underscore message 1 for our first message, and that's going to read this line of text. Now I've spell checked it. Now hopefully Microsoft have helped me out there. So, a busy day ahead with increased traffic, blah blah blah. So it goes on to say that's what the first message is going to be that we're going to use in our session. And because I've got 6 sessions to put this in, because those sessions relate to different parts of the route, but we still want it to show up in each of those 6 sessions, I'm going to make these, put these in a HTML asset, which will make it a lot easier for me to manage later on. So there's going to be 6 messages, and get rid of that. The second message we put here. Let's make this a little easier. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. This one is number 3. Number 4. Five. And the last one is number 6. So each one of those I'm going to use as a message pop-up, but we've got them here in the one asset, so I can change them whenever I want just in this asset. I don't even need to load up the session. I can just change them right here and it will change in the session for me. Okay, that looks pretty good. We now drop it into Trainz. There we go. I'm going to open, show this as installed, and it was installed. Filter by installation date. Ooh, that's better. No errors, that's good. These are the sessions I'm going to use it in. 6, yep. Well, kind of 6. Anyway, take my word for it. Then we start Trainz. Edit session. It's a very large route. It might take a little bit to load. It's a very good route, actually. One that will be releasing fairly soon. The Canadian Rocky Mountains. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, so go into our session rules, and as you can see, what we had previously are 6 pop-up messages, and each of the custom text has been copied into here. Now, that's not what we want to do, because if we've got that across 6 different sessions and we want to change something, we're going to have to go in and manipulate each of those custom text for each of the sessions. So we're going to change that. Now, this is a fairly precise bit of text for these sessions, but you might have things like generic statements and all sorts of things that relate to several sessions across each session. So this is handy to have it all in the one area or one spot. Alright, so the first session we know is message 1, which is under here. Open this up again. HTML message 1. So what we want to do is we want to go a predefined HTML page. So we click on that, and it goes, okay, the HTML asset is, and you'll see that we've got it listed here, HTML asset CRM, and it goes HTML page. At this stage we don't really have a page, so that's not what we want. If we made a HTML page with images and all sorts of things, we could put it in here and reference that, but we don't have one of them, so we won't worry about that. So the next one we want to actually use is a predefined string table entry from a HTML asset. And we select our HTML asset. There it is. We also need to put the string table in. So we find that in here. Copy paste. There it is. We save that. And if you edit it, you'll see that's the HTML asset, that's the string table we're using. And you go on and continue manipulating all these. This is going to be message 2. Message 3. Message 4. Message 5. Just want to check that I selected the right HTML asset. Yep. And this one is message 6. There we go. So now each one of those are using a string table entry from a HTML asset. Save that, and what you'll see is when we run the session that it's going to act exactly like a message pop-up, except it's going to pull the messages from this string table instead of being directly in the message pop-up. So, busy day ahead with increased traffic. There you go. It says that that's the first message pop-up. Grabbed it from there. Tick. Message 2. Trains will be arriving at roughly. There you go. So it goes on and puts all the messages in there. Good luck. Done. Good luck was our last one there. And that just allows us to do things like, if we exit out of this session, and because we're going to reuse this message in another session that's in a different part of the route, or a different route actually, using the same session, we exit out of this. We go into a different route and we edit the same session. It's a very similar session. We can take this even one step further by just pop back out here again. Save me even having to make all those message pop-ups. What I can do is just use copy-paste in our rules. Save me even having to recreate all the session pop-ups again. And you do that with any rules actually. Any parent rule or any parent and child or children. Just makes session creation a lot faster. So I can come down to here, click on that because I want all these copied. Copy. Done. Exit Surveyor again. Into here. Edit session. Come into here and we paste, and you'll find that it's actually gone under here maybe. No, where did it go? Alright, cancel that. Go back in. Paste it here. That'll do. Alright. Okay, control down, arrow, brings it all the way down. You can order it however you want. And if we edit that, the HTML asset's still in there, and the string table entry is still in there for all of them. And that's it. So now we save that one. And save as new session. I'll go in here and play it, and you'll see it'll act exactly the same as the other session, all pulling from the one HTML asset. See, a busy day ahead. Next, 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 next. Good luck was the last one. Good luck's there. So now all I have to do is change this HTML asset to get it to change in-game. And that's all there is to it. So use your HTML asset. It'll help a lot more when you want to speed up your session creation and make sure you only have generic pieces of text that you've got across several sessions that you want to either update now and again or change, or you find that you're too busy going in and out of sessions all the time tweaking text, especially the same text. That's a handy way to do it. But not only that, it's probably a better way to put all your text into a session as well. But you don't have to. You can use the custom text in message pop-ups, but keep in mind you can get HTML pages with images and all sorts of things through here as well. We'll show you one of those examples, HTML page where you can put images in there. We'll actually put it in another video, save people having to go through and sit through this just to find that information out. So thanks for watching.